This is the Pro Football Report presented by BCWSA, a weekly recap of your Philadelphia Eagles and news around the NFL. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Rob's Automotive and Collision, BCWSA, Chickies and Pete's, Allstate Fairless Hills Tom LaCroix, Penworth Financial Services, Penn Community Bank, Capital Grill, Ventresca's LTD, Independence Blue Cross, and SEPTA. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everyone. It is great to be with you. We are at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill, and it's a football season that will continue this week with the Eagles at the New York Giants. Bob, it's good to be with you, and hopefully things will get going in the right direction this week.
Yeah, I think so. The Eagles pretty much know where they're going to be in terms of playoff seeding, and they can use this week to kind of fine-tune what they want to do. You know, whether they want to hit their stride going into the playoffs, maybe even rest guys. Yeah, but I think this is going to be an interesting week.
We have a wonderful guest with us tonight. He is one of the brightest young players on the Philadelphia Eagles. He came from Middle Tennessee State as an undrafted free agent. Sure, a lot of teams are unhappy that they didn't step forward and draft him. Reed Blankenship. How about a nice welcome for Eagles safety, Reed Blankenship. You had me worried a little bit the other day when I saw you go out for a player. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Good.
It's just one of those things that kind of hit the guy wrong a little bit. Got a little stinger. And, got to shake it off and get back out there.
A stinger is, do you feel a little numbness for a second?
Just fast, quick numbness, and then it's gone.
Thank God for that.
Yeah,
right. He would have ended up on the Begley, Carlin, Amandio injury review.
No, yeah. we don't need you on the injury.
You want that
review.
phone number? Yeah. Okay.
You've been playing football now for 18 weeks plus the preseason. How do you feel? Is it tough to get out of bed some morning?
I tell you what, this whole season has made me realize that the league is a tough sport to play in. Body-wise, mentally, like you said, when you get up, it's tough at times. But at the end of the day, I'm blessed to have this opportunity. A lot of people don't get this opportunity, and you just got to swallow that part of it, and you just got to have fun.
When I first started broadcasting the Eagles 103 years ago, they had 14 games. That was it. The season was, but they had 6 preseason games.
Oh, okay.
So they had 6. It's always 20.
And they had 6 months of training camp.
Yeah, they had long training camps. But now with the 17-game season, you guys have pretty much basically 3 weeks of actual training camp. And they're light. They're about an hour and a half in the morning, and there's no real hitting.
Right.
And you almost feel that you have to keep it light with the length of this season and what you have to endure from that point on.
Yeah, absolutely. We, especially here at the Eagles, we do a great job of monitoring guys, regardless of who you are. If your workload throughout the week is high, they're going to let you know. They're going to let you have more recovery. They're going to lay out a plan, an individualized plan to conquer that. So we're blessed to have probably the best in the league right now. So.
When you came here from Middle Tennessee State, you went into your first training camp, did you say, boy, this is easy? Back at Middle Tennessee State, we used to kill ourselves in training camp.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that stood out. You were actually becoming a pro, and that was something I had to figure out, I guess, the whole first year. And then part of this year is that it's different. College, from where I came from to now, you had to grow, mentally and physically, and just being a pro. Everybody talks about being a pro, and you don't really realize it until you're put into the system and you're around the guys that's been in the league for 6 to 8 years. And for me, I always ask questions. I want to be the sponge. I want to soak everything up, and I'm fortunate enough to have the guys in the room to answer all these questions I have, and they're really good role models, and it's like one of those things, man. You just got to kind of follow in their footsteps, and then once you figure it out, start your own path. So
the Eagles brought in Kevin Byard, and you said soaking things up for a while there. You were like the senior statesman in the
right.
in the secondary. I know he's been a help. What kind of stuff does he say to you that you that you take to heart?
Just little details that could help me throughout the week, even in a game type situation. It's kind of hard because it's so much information, like here and like little tidbits here and there. And like I said, I'm lucky to have a guy like that because, some guys probably wouldn't even talk to a younger guy like that.
Is that right?
They would want all the glory.
Sure.
And,
yeah. Sure.
But he wants the best. He loves to see me have success, and that's what's good about our room and about our teams, that we don't care who gets the ball, who gets the credit. We just want to win.
Do you have any examples of that? Because some of that stuff is really interesting.
Well, there was a time I forgot what game it was.
Okay.
But he's like, look, like I'm going to be right here. Like if it's your time to make a play, you're going to make this play. So he said, don't worry about me. I'm going to be in this spot, especially in this formation. And if it happens, that happens. He said, you'll take it. So it's just stuff like that. I really, that's what I love about him as a player and as a person too. He's just like a really great role model.
Who was your mentor when you first came here?
Marcus Epps.
Marcus Epps, yeah.
Marcus Epps.
You guys miss him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Yeah.
Like, just one of those guys he demanded perfection of himself and everybody else. And, it shows in his play style, and especially now. He's at the Raiders. He's a captain now. And,
yeah.
He's doing great for himself, and I'm blessed to be able to play beside him, for a few games.
Ray Blankenship is our guest here at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. I think this team has some of the best people that I've ever met. I say to people, if I'm fortunate and I come down to NovaCare in the morning, if I happen to bump into Brandon Graham in the hall, my whole day just got better. My whole day. Have you ever met anyone like Brandon Graham?
Never, ever. On the field, off the field, I don't know where his energy comes from. He just loves life, and he loves everything about it, and he does everything 100%. And that's one of the role models that I talk about. Young guys don't realize. I didn't really realize until mid-season last year. Like, I'm playing with Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
I'm playing with Fletcher Cox.
Cox. There's another one.
Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson. It's all these guys that's made a name for themselves, and you're finally sitting in the same room. You're eating lunch with them, dinner with them, and it's a dream come true once you realize it.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah,
I can really imagine that, because I remember when I first started broadcasting the Eagles, the coach then was a guy by the name of Dick Vermeil. And I know you know that name, and you've probably seen Dick Vermeil, who comes out to practice, still lives in the Philadelphia area, and a phenomenal coach who took this team. But, people talk about this team, and look, we know right now that you guys have lost 4 of the last 5, and it weighs heavily on your shoulders, and it's tough to go through. And you hunt each week, and you say, this is the week we break out of it, we turn it around. So it's very, very tough. But you still look and you say, well, we're 11-5, and we're a playoff team. We will be in the playoffs. Nothing can change that. And we can get better, and we may make some noise in the playoffs, and who knows, the sky's the limit. I remember when I first started broadcasting the games, Reed, this is the truth. My goal was to broadcast an Eagles team that had a meaningful game after Thanksgiving. Because by November, this team was already in a hole that was so deep that the games meant nothing in terms of playoffs. Of course, the playoffs were a lot different. And then the first game I went to as a young kid, I went to Franklin Field, which is on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. And I watched the Eagles and the Green Bay Packers play for the World Championship. And in those days, there were 6 teams. It was all the NFL. There was no NFC. There was no AFC. There was the NFL. And there were 6 teams in the East and 6 teams in the West. And the 6 teams, the winner of the East met the winner of the West in the championship game the day after Christmas.
Really?
That was it.
Wow.
That was it.
Were you throwing snowballs at Santa?
No, I was not.
Because you have a pretty good arm. Yeah.
No, but that was it. The games were, that was it. It was 60,000. Well, originally the University of Pennsylvania would draw 60,000 people for for college football. They were one of the best teams in the country. Now they're an Ivy League team that probably couldn't beat Middle Tennessee State. But in those days, the Eagles in the early days when I was a little child, my dad took me to Shibe Park, which was where the Phillies played baseball, and I saw the Eagles in Washington before 7,000 fans. Penn had drawn 60,000 the day before. The NFL was drawing 7,000 to 10,000 fans. So then it all changed, and the whole swing came over in the city. It became a pro town, and the whole NFL blossomed. And TV had a lot to do with that. And a game between the Baltimore Colts and the New York Giants, which was called the greatest game ever played, which ended in overtime. And just like that was in the 1960s. That changed the whole landscape, and the NFL exploded from there under a commissioner by the name of Pete Rozelle, who made all of the television contracts, and everything changed. So now we have the NFL with 32 teams, and we have all these teams in the playoffs, and we're talking about the 5th seed, the 6th seed, and the 7th seed, and the 8th seed. So anyhow, you're still a part of it.
Still a part of it.
Yeah.
And now even the radio guys have a brand. It's not just the players.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's true. But it's fun to be a part of, and it's really amazing that this team is still right in the hunt. How do you feel about coming in, getting ready? You go back to work tomorrow, and going to New York and playing the Giants. And the worst thing that can happen now is you're going to be a 5th seed.
Right.
That's the worst that can happen. I'm not so sure, Reed Blankenship, that the Cowboys couldn't lose in Washington. Everyone's assuming that the Cowboys are playing the Commanders. They're going to lose. You know, the Commanders stayed with San Francisco last week pretty long. And the Cowboys actually lost a game that they were awarded by an egregious officiating error. You know about that?
I saw it.
Did you see that?
I did.
And they're 3-5 on the road. Yeah.
As a player, that's tough to see. You know, obviously it's a big topic right now, and you know I would hate to be on that end of it. Right
Oh
now,
my
know?
goodness! I mean, can you? I mean, first of all, there was some trickery involved when they sent the 2 players out there, but Dan Campbell said that he explained to the officials before the game exactly what he was going to do. He gave them the numbers that 68 was going to be eligible, and 70 would just line up as a tackle.
I don't know what else you need.
Yeah. Well, that officiating crew, Brad Allen, the breaking news today was he's not going to work any playoff games. So you won't have to worry about it then. But
in fact, next week, if you come to Chickies and Pete's, he may be waiting on your table. I don't know, but
he's from around here, isn't he?
Well, no, I don't.
Brad Allen,
I don't know that, but I do know they blew another call earlier in the game in the 4th quarter where they called the Cowboys tight end Hockenshot for tripping. And then they went back over the video.
Got the wrong guy.
And they found out that it was Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions who had actually tripped Hockenshot, not vice versa. I mean, that is aggravating. Let me tell you, you can't talk about the officiating. And I'm not going to ask you to, but I want to tell you, I will talk about it. Now, look, I'm not saying it changed the game because the Eagles made enough mistakes in that game to lose. But there was a call in that game. When we saw the review, I don't know how many of you out there saw the play, but it was a deep pass, and they called pass interference on Keely Ringo. If you look at the play, Keely Ringo was out there, and he was pulled down from behind. It was obviously offensive pass interference, and they blew it. Have you ever been involved in something like that where you were called for a penalty and you just knew that it wasn't accurate?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say yes because you know you don't mean to do some of that stuff. Obviously, what you're talking that play you're talking about, it did look kind of suspicious, but
yeah,
you know, there might have been a couple of times where I'm like I didn't, you know, it's one of those things I actually got one right here when we was playing the Rams. I got called for unnecessary roughness for like a horse collar. But I think what's his name, Puka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was stiff arming me, but he had my face mask, so I was just like trying to reach for whatever I could. And, it's just one of those things, like, you got to call it both ways, man. Like, he has a handful of my face mask, and, it's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, it's
it's a very good game. It's a very, very difficult sport
to
officiate.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the toughest sports to officiate. And I do say, and I do believe, that for the most part, the officials are very qualified men.
Right.
And they are successful men in a lot of different fields who come in, and it's a tough game, and they do a great job.
Absolutely.
They do a great job.
You guys had Vinovich last week. I think he's the best in the game.
Yeah.
Do you?
He keeps it moving. He rules on things right away.
Right.
And he blows an honest whistle. Not that the other guys blow dishonest whistles, but that if he calls something there,
Right.
it probably
and it's
is.
going to be hard to see. I mean, you can't see everything.
Yeah.
I get that.
No, it's tough. I saw a game earlier this year. It was a Thursday night game, so it was on prime television with Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, and the referee was Clete Blakeman, and Clete Blakeman. There was a flag on almost every play. I mean, it was so tough to watch. Every play there was another flag. And finally, Al Michaels says, listen, why don't we have Clete Blakeman come up here and Kirk and I can leave because he's calling this game anyhow.
I think he loves to hear himself talk. I really do.
So many flags.
Yeah.
All right, Reed Blankenship is our guest, and we'll be back with Reed right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. The holidays are here. Don't wait. Plan your holiday parties right now at Chickies and Pete's. And also, get some shopping done early with the gift that always fits and always gets returned, Chicky and Pete's gift cards. We offer a wide variety of holiday party options and an extensive catering to-go menu for the holidays. Plus, get a $10 bonus card with every $50 gift card you purchase, in-store or online at chickyandpete's.com. Happy holidays from Chickies and Pete's.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
At Penn Community Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your neighbors. That comes in handy when you're purchasing your first place, refinancing an existing mortgage, buying a second home or investment property, or looking to tap into your home's equity. Whatever your situation, we pair the latest products, services, and technology that you need with the experienced banking professionals you want. Visit penncommunitybank.com or stop by your local branch to find out how we can make your family's growth personal. Penn Community Bank. Here we are and here we grow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Planning to go to the game? Give LimoToday.com a call. You'll get to the game and back safely and in style. Why worry about the traffic and parking when you can relax and let LimoToday.com do the driving for you and your friends? And if you book a 5-hour trip with LimoToday.com, you'll get the 6-hour free. From sedans to minibuses to vans and stretch limos, let LimoToday.com get you to the game. Give them a call at 1-866-LIMO-TODAY. That's 1-866-LIMO-TODAY.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
Hi, it's Merrill. Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa is here to help you distress after the game. Visit them to restore, relax, or refresh with a much-needed massage or facial for an introductory price starting at just $79.95. They offer an abundance of facial and massage services. Visit any one of their 60 spas in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, or go to handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report presented by BCWSA. Once again, here's your host, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz, and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are here at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. Merrill Reese, Bob Grotz. and Reed Blankenship, and you are listening to the Pro Football Report presented by BCWSA right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, and seen live on YouTube by searching WBCB Sports. Reed Blankenship with us. Aren't you, right now, you're still one of the leaders in the voting for the Pro Bowl?
I think so.
Yeah.
Emma?
Yeah, you were right up there.
The fan voting, yeah.
I love that.
You were one of the 2 leading safeties, right?
I love that.
Have you guys voted for the Pro Bowl yet? For other?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
I think it cut off last week, if I'm thinking right. I don't know. It's tough.
But the Pro Bowl is so different now.
It is.
I mean, it used to be, at one point, going back historically, it used to be the NFC against the AFC, and everyone would go to Honolulu, and then they would practice, not a long practice, but they would practice every day, and then they would actually hit. They would actually play.
Right.
And then guys started backing off, and the play part of it would be, well, they're playing a game, but it's just a little bit more, there's no blitzing involved.
Right.
And the tackling is kind of gentlemanly, if there's such a thing. And it got to be kind of a joke. Mm-hmm. And now it's the Pro Bowl games. So it's flag football. Did you ever play flag football?
No.
You started, how old were you when you started playing tackle?
Let's see. My first time I was, I was in 3rd grade.
8?
So I was 8. I believe I was 8 or 9. And I remember going to this little warehouse and them fitting us with all these like donated helmets and pads. So we're just running out there hitting everybody. But yeah, I started in 3rd grade, didn't play again until my 7th grade year.
Oh, you took 4 years off?
Took 4 years off. I was a big baseball player.
Oh, were you really?
Mm-hmm. So
did you think about
I did.
How good were you?
I mean, I thought I was pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I was the best one on our team, but I was on these travel ball teams.
You weren't very Mike Trout-like? Were you a power hitter?
I wasn't.
No?
I wasn't. I was just like a leadoff guy, a fast guy, and I played short, second, and then center field, and kind of got burned out of it real fast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Were you draftable? Did you have anyone looking?
No, I quit playing my freshman year.
Oh,
of
did
high
you
school.
really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you, I played pretty much every week, like these round robins. It's just always away. Like the whole summer, I was playing baseball, and it kind of caught up to me once I got to high school.
What was your position?
I played short, second, and center.
Okay.
Wow, how about that? And then, so when did you turn? You turned back to football.
Turned back to football in 7th grade. I was a little scrawny thing. I was probably $140, $160.
Really?
Really. And my dad actually was like, you probably need to stick to baseball, because he knew that I was small. And after that 7th grade year, I don't know what got into me, but just I loved it. It was different than all the other sports.
Now you grew up in Alabama, right?
I did. Small town.
Where? A small town.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of it?
Anderson, Alabama. It's population of probably 300. So
really?
Yeah.
Now in high school, how many in your high school?
I graduated with 101.
So if you were a boy, you had to play football.
Pretty much. I mean, football was it was worship where I'm from, especially Alabama, Auburn football. If you ain't, we used to have so many fights at school if you were in Auburn, because I was an Alabama fan growing up.
You had to be.
And we would wait. I didn't have a phone at the time, so we would watch the games on the weekend, then wait the whole weekend until that Monday in the lunchroom and just hound on everybody.
Yeah.
We're little kids. We're just listening to what our dads say.
Was Bear Bryant the coach then?
No.
Who was
Nick Saban?
It was Nick
Saban.
I forgot.
Saban era.
Okay.
Yeah, Bear Bryant died before he was born.
No,
right?
no. Wait, what was Bear Bryant's? What you know of Bear Bryant, of course.
I do. I don't know year-wise he was there. Forgot that.
I covered a Penn State game down there where Bear Bryant was the coach of Alabama.
Can only imagine.
Did you ever go to a game in Tuscaloosa?
I did. Yeah. I went to their A-Day game, and then I went to when they played Kentucky, and I don't know what year it was, 09 maybe.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like, whoa, like this is like
was
the big
was
leagues.
that your dream to play at Alabama?
Yeah, my dream was to play college football. Like
Yeah.
it was never to go in. I didn't have an NFL team growing up. You know, we didn't.
Sure.
I mean, the closest one was the Titans, but you know, it was all we worshipped Bama football, and
Sure.
I wanted to get the opportunity to go there. You know, but fortunately, you know, other things work out when you get older.
But when did you realize that you could be a scholarship football player?
It was my 10th grade year, I believe. Yeah. So my sophomore year, we had a guy getting recruited by Southern Miss, and he came, talked to him, and at the time I don't think you were really supposed to like talk about scholarships with the younger, but he was like, you know, you keep it up, like you're gonna have a shot, and you know that was one of those, I guess, motivators. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I want to take it seriously, you know, and have fun with it. So I guess after that day, kind of.
Did you work out throughout the entire year? Did you keep that goal in mind?
Yeah, the mindset changed. You know, I was more serious with the game. I was before, but it became more of like, if I want this to be my job one day, then it's got to start now. You know, so no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that time. So.
Were you always a defensive player?
I wasn't. I played quarterback.
You played quarterback.
Played quarterback. Safety,
I'm not
and
surprised.
receiver. Yeah. You know, I got a little arm strength in me.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
But
I enjoyed
it.
Pocket guy, or
No, I was a scramble guy.
Okay.
I ran the ball more than I threw the ball. I ain't gonna lie.
Unscripted, yeah.
You know, do you know who on your team was a high school quarterback?
Who on my team was a high school quarterback?
Who on the present Eagles was a high school quarterback?
Everybody.
A lot of them. I mean,
a lot of them, yeah.
But one in particular actually was All-State or something as a quarterback.
I should know this.
In high school.
I should know this.
How about number 18? Britton Covey.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah. Britton Covey was a quarterback in high school, among other things.
I think we actually had this conversation the
Yeah.
other day between each other.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
See that.
It's amazing.
He's a ball player.
Oh, he is
I
a ball.
love watching him play.
Isn't he fun?
Golly. I mean, it takes guts to go out there and catch them punts and stuff.
Did you ever return punts?
I did, and I mean, I got hit a couple times, you know, but
I think it's the scariest thing to do.
It is. No, it is, and he does that thing to 100%. You know, like he says before, like if
He's
that's
prepared,
one,
isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
if that's
I mean,
one job, like he takes that thing serious.
Yeah.
You know, and I idolize that. That's cool.
You know, I used to stay up. This is 2 years ago. I used to stay up late on Saturday nights just to watch Utah, just to see Britton Covey.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
I honestly did.
Wow, I didn't know anything about him until
No.
when I got here, and then I saw his highlights. Oh, that's why he's here. You know.
And I kept hoping that the Eagles would draft Britton Covey, and lo and behold, nobody drafted Britton Covey, as nobody drafted Reed Blankenship, and here you are, probably heading for the Pro Bowl, and here he is, the leading punt returner in the National Football League right
Crazy.
now.
Diamond in the rough, man, for sure for him.
You get that Pro Bowl nod, and they'll name a street after you. Yeah.
I don't know about
Right?
that. I don't know.
All right.
But I'll tell
never
you, he is fun to watch. He
Oh,
really
my
is.
goodness, he is.
And he loves the game.
He's just that little spark that we always need, you know.
You know what I want to see? I would like to see him play a little bit more offense, because if
Yeah.
they get the ball to Britton Covey in open space, he's liable to
dangerous.
just end up in the end zone.
He's dangerous. He's made a name for himself.
He
for
is
sure.
he is that quick. Amazing. But listen, you have a lot of amazing teammates. I am.
I gotta ask
Do we have to
you
take a break? Oh, 2 minutes.
minutes.
We have 2 minutes to go ahead.
You mentioned Kayla. Is it Keeley? Keeley Ringo?
Keeley.
Keeley. Okay. You mentioned him. He's really an interesting player to me. I mean, how much growth have you seen in him? And I know he
lot.
took
I mean,
that last play of the game.
Right.
Took that hard.
You're
but-
gonna have those. He's a young guy too. But the growth that I've seen from him from the beginning of the year to now it's crazy. You know, you want to see that type of growth. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. Like,
no.
It was one of those things. Like at the beginning of the year, like he wasn't as aggressive. Like in special teams, like you want as a rookie, like you got to make your name known, regardless of who you are on special teams. And you know, he wasn't really showing any aggressive. I don't know how else to explain it, but I don't know what game gave him that spark of just that switch just flip. But when it flipped, you could tell.
See, I would think that comes along with feeling comfortable in a defense, where you don't have to say, "Am I on the right page?"
Right.
Where you get the defensive call. Now, do you wear the green dot?
I wore it. I always have it in practice, and I wore it at the Giants for the Giants game this past time.
What's that like?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Obviously it's added stress at the time because you gotta get the call, you gotta say the front, everything.
Does that come to you from the coordinator?
Yes, directly.
See, Matt Patricia talks to Reed Blankenship, and
directly.
he gives you the call.
And like at that point, like it's sometimes these calls are kind of long, and you feel the team break the huddle. You're like, oh, I gotta hurry up, And then I start falling over my words a little bit because I feel like I have to go back in coverage. But I enjoy it, every opportunity. I would love to have it every chance I get,
Now, what do you have to do? You go up and down. You go up and down the line.
Yeah, I'll go up, make sure everybody's in the huddle. Make sure you got to be vocal, you got to be loud, you got to be confident, and then once it's said, then.
How tough is that when you're in a stadium like Arrowhead in Kansas City and you can't hear yourself think?
It's tough. I mean, at the link too.
At the link too.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like sometimes you got to cover up the ear holes, but it's cool.
You can't really say what.
Yeah, you can't say what. But no, that's what I said. You got to be loud. You got to be confident in what you're saying, and at the end of the day, you just got to trust in yourself.
Does Patricia give you any other little added thing?
Yeah, no, he'll always add like tidbits. He said, "Be alert for run right here." Blah blah blah. I was like, I love that. I love to hear some of them tips, and then I'll like communicate it to KB or somebody, the closest guy to me. Obviously I can't run up there and tell them this and run all the way back again, but it's cool.
Now, do they spread it around each other, or are you calling for the other 10 guys?
Yeah, when I'm in the huddle, I call it for the other 10 guys, and then obviously the checks and adjustments with the secondary is made.
Oh, I got a question for him. Yeah.
Go ahead.
You ever see that it's the wrong defense and change it yourself?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I want to get to that point though.
Yeah, and you will.
Like
you will get to that point.
Like a Luke Kuechly type guy, like I've seen some videos of him. And it's like this dude lives and breathes ball.
He was.
Luke Kuechly is as good a linebacker as I have seen. Yeah. It's only a shame that he had so many concussions that ultimately he retired, not prematurely for his health, but he did not have the kind of career length that a talented player like Kuechly. He's as good as they get.
But my goodness, if I played next to him, he's giving you tips before the offense don't even know what's going on, and he's giving them the tips before the offense even runs the plays. Like if I had that guy beside me, crazy. I would trust and run through a brick wall with him with every game.
I'll bet. Honestly. I'll bet. All right, we're going to be back with Reed Blankenship right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we are prouder than ever to partner with the Philadelphia Eagles. Chicky and Pete's has been named the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we continue to serve as the official caterer of both Eagles training camp and the official caterer of the First Trust Bank Club at Lincoln Financial Field. Go where the players go. The official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, Chickies and Pete's.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies, and here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for autopay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
When an Eagles player gets hurt, the team takes care of him. When you get hurt, the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will take care of you. They understand that a severe accident can be a life-altering event. You need a reliable teammate to fight for you. The attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will get you great results. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Contact them today at 215-750-0110 for a free consultation. 215-750-0110 for a reliable ally that's on your side.
At Penn Community Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your neighbors. That comes in handy when you're purchasing your first place, refinancing an existing mortgage, buying a second home or investment property, or looking to tap into your home's equity. Whatever your situation, we pair the latest products, services, and technology that you need with the experienced banking professionals you want. Visit penncommunitybank.com or stop by your local branch to find out how we can make your family's growth personal. Penn Community Bank. Here we are and here we grow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs. A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
Hi, it's Merrill. Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa is here to help you distress after the game. Visit them to restore, relax, or refresh with a much-needed massage or facial for an introductory price starting at just $79.95. They offer an abundance of facial and massage services. Visit any one of their 60 spas in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, or go to handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
Planning to go to the game? Give LimoToday.com a call. You'll get to the game and back safely and in style. Why worry about the traffic and parking when you can relax and let LimoToday.com do the driving for you and your friends? And if you book a 5-hour trip with LimoToday.com, you'll get the 6-hour free. From sedans to minibuses to vans and stretch limos, let LimoToday.com get you to the game. Give them a call at 1-866-LIMO-TODAY. That's 1-866-LIMO-TODAY.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report presented by BCWSA. Once again, here's your host, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz, and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are, Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. We have a wonderful guest, a wonderful football player, and a wonderful person with us, number 32 of the Eagles, Reed Blankenship. It is time now for this week's injury review, brought to you by the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Contact them today for a free consultation at 215-806-3689. That is 215-806-3689.
All right, let's go. Devontae Smith exited that game with an ankle issue. I would be surprised if he played this week. I think that, I think they ought to give him the week off. It doesn't appear real serious. And then Avonte Maddox, he got hurt again. We're waiting to hear about that, and that would be a shame, right, Reed? I mean, he's just a warrior and did everything he could to get back. Finally, Darius Slay, the arthroscopic surgery. I think he'll be back for the playoffs. I'm not sure that he would rush it this game, although I could be wrong about that.
We'll see.
And I was stunned that Landon Dickerson played the whole game, with that thumb, because I've seen that. Oh my! I mean, he puts ice on that immediately after everything, and that the pain tolerance is just incredible. So that was your injury review by Begley, brought to you by Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Contact them today for a free consultation, 215-806-3689.
Reed, you're getting set this week for the New York Giants. What is it like to get set for a team that you just played 2 weeks ago?
It's weird.
Isn't it?
It's
I mean, I went
weird.
down there. I started the day after a game going through my roster and memorizing numbers, and I said, wait a minute. I know all of these.
Right. No, it's weird because I was sitting there thinking the same thing. I'm like, we just felt like we just played them, this past week. I still remember everything, like the scouting report wise, like their go-to guys. But now, they got, Tyrod Taylor that obviously.
Yeah, that makes it different.
He's a really good quarterback.
He is.
Regardless. But, no, he's going to be a threat, and it's going to be a challenge, obviously. But we're excited to get back to work.
Yeah, they have a running back, a little bit too. Huh?
Yeah, Saquon.
Yeah, you've hit Saquon.
Yeah, he's got me a couple times.
And you've gotten him a couple of times too.
Right, that's part of the game. But no, he's a really good running back. Facing backs like that's just powerful in the lower body and very smart. Very patient, looking for the gaps to open up. Stuff like that. It's tough. And like I said, it's going to be a challenge for Tyrod and him.
This game could get really interesting too, depending on what happens with Dallas and Washington. Are you going to be looking at the scoreboard a little bit? Just to,
you can't, can you?
Oh, you have to, Merrill. Yeah,
you can't be thinking about too much.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, if you look up there and you see 28-6 or something like that, we could see you guys downshift. I mean, the coach was talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as a player, as a player, you can't do that. You can't shift down. You can't do any of that. So. Don't be looking for any shift out of me or the guys.
No. I think what you guys need is to go in there with the mindset that this is the most important game ever, and really beat the Giants and not just squeak by, but beat them by 2 touchdowns, and then go into the playoffs with a full head of steam.
He could be wearing a ball cap, at halftime.
No, don't go by that.
Yeah, I mean,
don't listen to him.
He needs some rest.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You know that this game, what it means to everybody.
Right.
I mean, I know you're anxious for it to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I try not to overthink all these games and stuff. And it's just I think of it as another opportunity to prove where we are and who we are, and just have fun. That's what everybody's leaning towards. I was talking to some guys today, and we just forget that regardless of what has happened right now and this past week, that we're still in a good place. It's still time to have fun. We can't keep bringing negativity into the facility and all that. And we've been playing this game for a long time. I mean, some longer than others, and we know it comes with ups and downs, and mistakes will happen, but at the end of the day, you just got to find that fun environment, and stick to it. And it made me realize today when I heard that, I'm like, you're right. We're taking this game for granted a little bit, and it's be fun, have fun.
I mean, you really do with all the brutality and the violence of football and the physical pain that you do go through and endure from time to time. It's still fun for you,
right? No, and I've always told myself this. It might not be the best thing, but if I don't feel like I've been just ran over by 18-wheeler, after a game, like I didn't have fun enough, that's part of it.
That's the way Michael Vick used to feel. Hey. Seriously, I think that's why he ran all the time.
I mean, look, man, football's tough. It's tough, but you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be sore, but everybody's going through it.
I'll tell you something. This is the truth. This is
hold it. This is the truth.
Yeah, this is the truth.
What about the rest of the show?
The rest of the truth. I made all the other stuff up, but this is the truth.
I'm gonna get fired.
I hate to say this, but this is my 47th year of doing the games. I started when I was 10, but I've 47 years of doing the games, and I am nervous before every single game, and there's no place I would rather be than in that seat in the broadcast booth calling play-by-play, because once it starts, all that nervousness dissipates, and I'm zoned in for the next 3 hours just having fun.
Yep.
I mean, I have more fun when you win than when you lose, but just being up there, doing what I dreamed about doing when I realized that I was not going to be an NFL quarterback, which was my first goal, and then I stopped growing. But there's nothing I would rather do.
I've always heard, too, and I tell myself this, too, if you ain't nervous before you go out before every game, regardless how many games you are,
then it doesn't mean enough.
It doesn't mean enough.
I'm nervous before I walk into the locker room after
I am I don't talk to anybody on game day, and, my family and my girlfriend, they know it's a very, I'm zoned, I'm locked in, none of this playing around.
No.
Got the headphones on and stuff?
Once I'm there, I'm laser focused. It's
sure.
time to go to
work.
That's
how it has to be.
That's
how it has to be. It must have been fun growing up in Alabama, and we talked about this before. Alabama has a very famous broadcaster by the name of Eli Gold, and he's been doing it for 40-plus years. And you used to listen to him, right?
I did. I mean, there would be times we would come home from, baseball games and stuff and would throw him on the radio, and there he is, that voice that is just always, you can hear it. I can hear it right now in my head. It's cool.
And he also was a NASCAR announcer, right?
I think so.
Were you into NASCAR at all? No.
No, it's surprising, ain't it?
Down south. Whoops.
Oh, that was me.
I don't know what happened to him. I thought everybody from the South was into NASCAR.
I just never got into it.
Never got into it. Wow, that is amazing. But listen, you sure did get into football.
I did.
You're talking about some of your other teammates through Blankenship. A guy who I think is really amazing, and I think that people go look at quarterbacks and they're so critical. But I think that Jalen Hurts is just an amazing quarterback. There's nobody I'd rather have than Jalen Hurts.
You're right. No, he's an amazing guy. Everybody sees stuff on the field, and in the media and stuff. But him in the locker room, the way he carries himself, another role model. He's one of those guys that I looked up to. Even when I was in college, he was still in. Doing his thing, it's like that's a dude,
You remember him from Alabama?
I do.
And Oklahoma,
and
too,
Oklahoma,
I'm sure, yeah.
And Oklahoma, and it was one of I always been, a big fan of him, and, just seeing his work ethic and see how he carries himself, regardless of what's happening, in the outside, it's really cool to see.
He's just relentless. We got to take a break, Merrill.
We have to take a break?
Yep.
All right, we'll be back with Reed Blankenship right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. The holidays are here. Don't wait. Plan your holiday parties right now at Chickies and Pete's. And also, get some shopping done early with the gift that always fits and always gets returned, Chicky and Pete's gift cards. We offer a wide variety of holiday party options and an extensive catering to-go menu for the holidays. Plus, get a $10 bonus card with every $50 gift card you purchase, in-store or online at chickyandpete's.com. Happy holidays from Chickies and Pete's.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
Bringing in your front line is as easy as 1, 2, key. SEPTA Key Advantage is a unique and valuable transit benefit program that gives your employees all-day, everyday access to the entire SEPTA system. That means your staff can get in for their first, second, or third shifts and even travel the system on their off hours, seamlessly and affordably, all thanks to you. Learn how easy it is to customize a SEPTA Key Advantage program for your team at septa.org/partnerprograms. That's septa.org/partnerprograms.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
Hi, it's Merrill. Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa is here to help you distress after the game. Visit them to restore, relax, or refresh with a much-needed massage or facial for an introductory price starting at just $79.95. They offer an abundance of facial and massage services. Visit any one of their 60 spas in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, or go to handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report presented by BCWSA. Once again, here's your host, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz, and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And it is time now for this week's Penworth Financial Keys to the Game. The key to your financial future is Penworth Financial. Call them today at 267-997-4503 or visit penworth.com. All right, keys to a win. Go ahead.
I got a key.
Go ahead.
Keep one eye on the scoreboard.
No.
Where Washington is playing the Cowboys.
That has nothing to do with the key to the Eagles.
The closer the score is, the harder you play.
No.
All right, no. Okay.
I'll give you a key. I'm going to give you a key right now. All right? A pick by number 32, Reed Blankenship. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown,
Hey.
Reed Blankenship. That's what we need.
That's what we need.
Listen, the one area that really has to be bolstered is the turnover differential.
Absolutely.
It's -7 right now, and and last week, the interception wasn't so tough because they threw it to Sidney Brown.
Return part.
How about that return?
I know he came to the sideline. You could tell he was gassed, but that's just a phenomenal play by him. I was so happy to see that. It just brings me joy. I know it brought everybody else joy, but you made a phenomenal play. In the big leagues. That's especially your first pick in the league was a pick six.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that something?
That's crazy. Kudos to him, man. I'm so proud for him.
Yeah,
too.
back-to-back weeks, rookies. With
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Ringo and him.
Ringo and him.
Yeah, and he is a terrific young man, Sidney Brown.
No, he is. No, I love Sidney to death, man. He's cool. He's level-headed. He's humble, and he plays hard.
Oh, does he play
Too hard?
There's a fine line between being aggressive and getting a penalty. I mean, we've talked about Brian Dawkins before, about Doc, but I know, as great as the Hall of Famer was, that today Doc, and I don't know if you know all these other names, Ed Reed from Baltimore,
Rodney Harrison,
Troy Polamalu.
Yep.
I mean, half of the great plays that they made would be personal fouls. Some might even be targeting.
I know. And Sidney's one of those guys that he'll flirt with that line and, cross it sometimes. But it's better to tell a guy to tone it back than you got to pick it up.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they do plays hard every snap, and that's all you want from
He
him.
does. He really does, and he's another guy who loves it. And we've talked about his beginning, about his life story, how he was foster homes and different things, and then finally moved to Florida and ended up in Illinois with a football scholarship. And his brother, I thought about his brother because his brother was a 5th-round pick of the Bengals, Chase.
I think it's Chase
Brown. And he's pretty nifty. But when I saw Sidney around the sideline, and then he cut back, and then he cut right, and he found open space, man, I'm thinking, boy, his brother would be proud of him because he looked like he ran like a running back.
Just like a running back.
Boy, that's amazing.
It is. No, like I said, I'm happy with one, man.
But this, another guy who you must be very familiar with, and he is another rookie. See, one of the things about this team that gives me hope for the future is there are some bright young players like you who are, this is only your second year.
Right.
And we talked about Keely Ringo, and we talked about Sidney Brown, and another one who was expected to be highly drafted and just fell through the draft was Eli Ricks.
Yep. No, he's another one of these guys, man, and it's so good to hear, like in our DB room, like in our meetings, that we're doing our own scouting reports of different guys now, and hearing their thought process of what they think of a certain guy, how they're thinking, and he's one of these guys too that you see even from the beginning of the year has grown so much, and you know, he's been a really good special teams player too for us. Like really, really good. Like some of these returns Covey has had.
Yeah.
You know, Keeley on the edge.
He's a gunner, right?
That's like a hybrid, guy.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Like, but the dudes on the edge, like Josh Joe, like
Josh the Wild. They call him the Wild Stallion.
The Wild Stallion. You know, he's
number 28.
Number 28. They hold their own. You know, that's a very tough position to play. You know, you're one-on-one sometimes with some of the fastest guys in the league at gunner, and you know, you go against Keeley Ringo and Josh Jobe, and you got Eli Ricks backing up like that. It's hard. I mean, they're holding their own, like I said, and you know, Covey he thanks them every time they come off the field when he gets a big return like that, and obviously interior too. But like I said, like. It's a tough position to play. You know, you're on the island, but they get the job done.
I'd like to hear Ringo's scouting report. I just think he's really bright.
He is bright. Like him sitting, like the guys that we have, they're really bright, and I think it stems down to that we got Slay, we got James, and we got Kevin Byard now, and Bradley.
Slay can be pretty funny.
Slay's hilarious.
Is he?
Slay's got his own personality. He always has some sort of joke. Question, some off the wall question every time. And he's one of the guys like Brandon Graham that just brightens the room.
Who are the guys? Who are the coaches with you in that room?
DK, Tabor Johnson, and then Ronell Williams. Mm-hmm. So it's
the coaches speak first, or the different guys?
Yeah. So
I mean, what's a meeting? We always hear about the meeting room, the quarterback room, the safety room. Well, you're actually in the DB room, right?
Right. So. Starts off, Patricia's up front. Every coach is in there. They'll go through different, short yardage, like what we're getting in first and second down, like little like a broad topic, and then once we split up, that's when we get into the nitty gritty stuff, the more detailed stuff, tendency wise. So it's a long meeting, but it's a lot of good stuff.
Okay, now we pick games other than the Eagles game.
Eagles.
All right, here we go. By the way, I want you to know. I was 8 for 8 last week.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was.
I don't think you've ever done that.
No, I never did that before. 8 for 8, and you were
0-8, right?
6-2, which is
you're
too
keeping
bad.
The score.
All right,
yeah.
Saturday, Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Baltimore. Even though they're going to play all the backups.
Reed, Baltimore. Okay, Houston at Indianapolis.
I'm saying Indianapolis.
You're going to say Indianapolis.
Yep. I'll take Houston.
You're going to take Houston.
Hey, can I go back and take Pittsburgh?
You can do anything you want.
Yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
You take Pittsburgh. I have such mixed reaction, mixed emotions in the Houston-Indianapolis game because I think the world of Shane Steichen, but I'm also very good friends, and I text back and forth with D'Amico Ryans from his day here. He's a great coach. He's really done well.
He did the show right here, Reed.
Another great friend of mine is playing Tennessee, and that's Doug Peterson. Jacksonville of Tennessee, and it means something to Jacksonville. Do the Jags win it?
No.
I think Trevor's out, ain't he?
No.
He's banged up. Yeah.
Doug said today he's improving.
You know what? I'm going to go for the Jags.
You're going to go for the Jags.
I'm going Jags.
Me too.
Tennessee.
Okay, this game means something. Atlanta at New Orleans.
I'm going Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay.
Atlanta just...
Okay. Vikings at the Lions.
Lions. That could be an iffy game, though.
It could be.
I'll say the Vikings because Detroit's gonna rest guys, right?
Not necessarily. They have to win this thing to cement.
Oh, yeah.
Because don't forget, if the Eagles win and the Commanders win and the Lions lose, the Eagles are right back there as the second seed. They
really?
Don't. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Yeah.
All right, so who are you taking?
I'm still taking Minnesota.
Okay, good. You would. All right, the Jets at the Patriots.
Ooh. Let's do I'm going to go Jets.
You're going to go Jets. Bobby.
Yeah, I'll go Jets.
You're going Jets. I'm going Patriots. It could be Belichick's last game with the Patriots. The Bears at the Packers.
I want Packers.
Packers?
Yeah, I'll take the Bears.
You'll take the Bears?
They're playing great. They are. They're playing great.
Not that great. All right. They're not going to be in the playoffs. And finally, Dallas at Washington.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it'll be 28-6 at the half.
Okay, so you're picking Dallas?
Yeah, I'm going to take Dallas.
Reed?
Well,
Reed and I are going to take Washington.
Yeah, I'll take Washington.
We're going to take Washington.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of time. Want to thank you for Reed. You are a great guest and a great friend. Thank you. Thank Chris Irmer, our engineer. The executive producer of Pro Football Report is George Forster, PGA.
Great job,
Thank
George.
you. And Lee Alexander was here to do absolutely nothing.
Thank you, Lee.
So thank you, all of you, for being here, and we will see you from the Meadowlands on Sunday afternoon. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490 AM, as well as 107.3 FM, and heard around the world at WBCB1490.com.